If your car begins to skid to the right, which way should you turn the steering wheel? A, to the left, opposite the skid. B, keep it perfectly straight. C, to the right, in the direction of the skid. Correct. It is to the right, in the direction of the skid. To regain control during a skid, you must always turn your steering wheel in the exact same direction that the rear of your vehicle is skidding. When turning left from a one-way street onto a two-way street, you should complete the turn by entering A, the left lane of the two-way street, B, the right lane of the two-way street, C, the oncoming traffic lane. Excellent. It is the right lane of the two-way street, moving in your direction. To ensure safety and avoid oncoming vehicles on the two-way street, you must clear the intersection directly into the proper right lane, moving in your direction. Unless a sign prohibits it, you can turn right on a steady red light after A, slowing down, B, stopping completely and yielding, C, honking your horn. Nice work. It is stopping completely and yielding. You must come to a full stop, yield to pedestrians and cross traffic, then you may turn right. A flashing red traffic light means you must A, stop completely, then proceed when safe. B, slow down and clear the intersection. C, wait for it to turn green. Good call. It is stop completely, then proceed when safe. Treat a flashing red light exactly like a stop sign. Stop, look, and go when the intersection is clear. A solid yellow line on your side of the road means A, passing is allowed. B, you are in a no passing zone. C, the road is one way. Perfect. It is you are in a no passing zone. A solid yellow line means visibility or hazards make passing unsafe. Do not cross it to pass. Broken or dashed lines on the pavement indicate A, lane changing or passing is allowed when safe. B, you must stop immediately. C, the road is under construction. Good observation. Lane changing or passing is allowed when safe. Dashed lines mean you may change lanes or pass other vehicles once you ensure the path is clear. If an intersection has a stop sign but no painted white stop line, you should stop A, right next to the sign, B, in the middle of the intersection, C, before entering the crosswalk path. Awesome. It is before entering the crosswalk path. If a stop line is missing, bring your vehicle to a complete stop before crossing into the pedestrian crosswalk area. A solid white stop line painted across a lane indicates A, where pedestrians must walk, B, the exact spot to stop for a sign or signal, C, a parking space boundary. Well spotted. It is the exact spot to stop for a sign or signal. Stop lines mark the legal limit where your front bumper must halt for a red light or stop sign. When entering a roundabout, you must yield to A, vehicles entering after you, B, pedestrians behind you, C, traffic already inside the circle. Nice one. It is traffic already inside the circle. Slow down when approaching a roundabout and yield to vehicles already circulating inside. At intersections, right-of-way laws apply to bicycles. A. Exactly the same as motor vehicles. B. Only if they are on a sidewalk. C. Never. Bikes always yield. Correct. It is exactly the same as motor vehicles. Bicycles are legally treated as vehicles on public roads and follow standard right-of-way rules. Which signs tell you laws you must strictly obey, like speed limits? A. Guide signs. B. Warning signs. C. Regulatory signs. Excellent. It is regulatory signs. Regulatory signs, like stop or speed limit signs, state the law and must be followed. How far before the corner must you activate your turn signal and begin slowing down? A. At least 50 feet. B. At least 100 feet. C. At least 200 feet. Nice work. It is at least 100 feet. You must signal your intention to turn and start decelerating at least 100 feet before reaching the intersection. If you are distracted by a phone, delaying your reaction time by just a half second, your crash risk: A. Doubles. B. Stays the same. C. Increases by 10%. Good call. It is doubles. Studies prove that a tiny half-second delay in braking or steering response doubles your crash probability. When an emergency vehicle approaches you from behind with sirens and flashing lights, you must immediately: A. Stop completely in your current lane. B. Accelerate to get out of its way. C. Drive to the right edge of the road and stop. Perfect. It is drive to the right edge of the road and stop. You must pull safely over to the right edge or curb of the roadway and remain completely stopped until the emergency vehicle has safely passed. When entering an intersection to turn left, you must position your vehicle A. To the right of the center line, B. To the left of the center line, C. Directly on top of the center line. Good observation. It is to the right of the center line. Before making the turn, you must stay safely to the right of the center line as you enter the intersection. The legal blood alcohol concentration limit for drivers 21 or older in Texas is A. 0.02, B. 0.05, C. 0.08. Awesome. It is 0.08. An adult driver with a BAC of 0.08 or higher is legally considered intoxicated in Texas. Designated driver is someone who: A. Abstained from drinking completely to drive others safely. B. Thinks they feel sober enough to drive. C. Drives the largest car. Well spotted. It is abstain from drinking completely to drive others safely. A designated driver stays 100% sober to guarantee a safe, legal ride home for their group. What should you do if you need to change lanes immediately after completing your left turn? A. Cut across lanes quickly before other cars arrive. B. Change lanes while in the middle of the intersection. C. Finish the turn first, then use your signal to change lanes when safe. Nice one. It is finish the turn first, then use your signal to change lanes when safe. Never change lanes inside the intersection. Establish your vehicle in your lane first, then use a separate signal to change lanes. What does this sign indicate? A. A sharp right turn immediately ahead. B. A winding road ahead. C. A dead-end street. Correct. It is a winding road ahead. This sign warns you of a sequence of 3 or more consecutive curves. You must adjust your speed and stay firmly in your lane. A driver under 21 years old can be arrested if their blood alcohol content is A. 0.08 or higher, B. 0.05 or higher, C. Any detectable amount of alcohol. Excellent. It is any detectable amount of alcohol. Texas enforces a strict zero-tolerance policy for minors. Any measurable amount of alcohol in a driver under 21 will result in an immediate driver license suspension. This warning sign means A. A divided highway ends. B. A divided highway ahead. C. Two-way traffic ahead. Nice work. It is a divided highway ahead. It advises you are approaching a section of highway where the opposing flows of traffic are separated by a median island. An adult convicted of a first offense DWI faces a mandatory jail sentence of A. 72 hours to 180 days. B. 30 days to 1 year in jail. C. 2 to 10 years in TDCJ. Good call. It is 72 hours to 180 days. A first offense DWI carries a strict jail confinement penalty, ranging from 72 hours up to 180 days. When two vehicles reach an uncontrolled intersection at the exact same time, right-of-way goes to the vehicle on the A. Left, B. Right, C. Highway. Perfect. It is right. If an intersection has no signs or signals, the driver on the left must yield the right-of-way to the vehicle approaching from their right side. This warning sign indicates that A. Cross traffic, B. Cross road ahead, C. Winding road ahead. Good observation. It is cross traffic. This sign warns you that you are approaching an area where vehicles will be crossing or entering your roadway from a side road or intersection. What does this sign mean? A. Winding road ahead. B. Divided highway ahead. C. Two-way traffic ahead. Awesome! It is two-way traffic ahead. You should drive in the right-hand lane and expect oncoming traffic in the left-hand lane. What is the maximum criminal fine an adult faces for a third DWI conviction? A. Up to $2,000. B. Up to $4,000. C. Up to $10,000. Well spotted. It is up to $10,000. A third DWI conviction is highly severe, carrying an expanded fine of up to $10,000. A steady yellow traffic light alerts you that A. You have the right-of-way. B. The light is about to turn red. C. You should speed up. Nice one. It is The light is about to turn red. Yellow means caution. Safely stop before the intersection if you are able to do so. The law requiring drivers to prove they can pay for crash damages or injuries they cause is the A. Financial Responsibility Law, B. Medical Liability Law, C. Collision Insurance Act. Correct. It is Financial Responsibility Law. This law mandates that all Texas motorists carry liability auto insurance to pay for damages caused to others. Roadside physical and mental tests used by police to check for driver impairment are called A. Implied consent tests, B. Field sobriety tests, C. Perception tests. Excellent. It is field sobriety tests. Field sobriety tests help an officer physically evaluate balance, coordination, and attention at the roadside. A pedestrian carrying a white cane indicates they are A. A construction flagger, B. Visually impaired or blind, C. Lost. Nice work. It is visually impaired or blind. White canes are reserved for the blind. Drivers must exercise extreme caution and yield right of way.